today is no different. Welcome to GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. We are the number one faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country. No reason to be nervous. Go ahead and relax, sister, because we are, no, don't even try it now. Don't even try it. We are excited. Now, we see you. You do not see me, but we are pushing this over to the GMAP Broadcast Network platform. And of course, people will be able to see your smiling face and who you are and what you're doing. You know what? God bless you. How are you on today?
I'm doing well. Thank you. And yourself?
Oh, please. I always respond the same way. If you can't tell, I must be slipping. You know, I mean, even after having uh, three teeth pulled, I'm still doing okay.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's good.
I I believe the pain pills are kicking in. Maybe that's what it is. You know, you know what? But we are
Possibly.
so honored to have you on today, Catri. And of course, for those that don't know, now you know. Catri Stokes is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. We just want to encourage you. Stop by our platform. You will see a copy of the current cover that I'm showing you on our broadcast network screen. Innocence Gone. And of course, you click on that, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more information and details about the author, as well as the publication that she has released. If you don't mind, why don't you do me a favor, Katri? Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and tell us where you're from.
Okay, yes. So my name is Catri Stokes. I'm the author of Innocence Gone that was just published about a month ago. And I'm from New York, I'm not Syracuse, New York, and I currently live in Delray Beach, Florida.
Delray, that's a switch. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a switch. Well, let me say this. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on today. Thank you also for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. And thank you once again for allowing us to be a part of your journey. Thank you, and thank you. Now, of course, you have this awesome publication that has been released and provided to those around the world. And it says, go tell us a little bit about this publication, if you don't mind.
All right. So Innocence Gone is a short stories book. It dives into the lives of 11 different women and traumatic situation or experiences that they all have been through. So each chapter, I introduce readers to a new girl, and I also introduce the readers to a situation that these women have to encounter.
Wow. You know, I can only imagine. Can't wait to get my copy. Going to show my support and get my copy because,
Thank you.
I have a wife who's just going to take it from me, so I probably won't read it for a couple. But it is what it is. I believe that the information uh, that has been provided in this publication is going to be detrimental to a lot of people. I think it's going to be something that each and every woman should probably read, if not share it with their family, their friends, their children, I already can tell because the title alone speaks volume. And
Yes.
that's something that has attracted my attention. And of course, reaching out to you, you dived right in. I'm just so excited for you to just
Yeah.
do what you have done. Now, of course, every publication that is written has I guess you can call it a root foundation. You know, where
Mhm.
it came from. Maybe it's an experience, maybe you witnessed something. What is the root foundation of this publication? How did it all come about? I mean, when did you know it was time to release this publication to people around the world?
Well, growing up, I, of course, witnessed individuals around me, women around me, my peers, go through similar situations that is discussed in the book. And I felt it was very important to share with the rest of the world that women are going through these things and you may not know it. It's important to elaborate on the different relationships in the story, you know, where women do experience these traumatic situations or go through these traumatic experiences. And sometimes it's because of a loved one or someone that they trust or a very close friend, family member. And it's important for parents out there who have daughters and even sons for them to acknowledge or think about the type of conversations that they're having with their children. And it's also important for people to realize that these situations can happen to someone very close to you and you not know it. And I want women who do go through these situations or who have experienced situations that are discussed in this book that they're not alone. That they're not alone.
Wow. Well, I believe in my spirit that again, it's necessary for this information to get out there to the people. Of course, now let me say this: you do know that we are role models to someone, whether we like it or not.
Correct. Yeah.
Someone is always paying attention to our journey, and they may be, in fact, paying attention to your journey right now and saying to themselves, I know where Catri's been. I know where she is. I wonder what it is that I can do to step up and step out on faith, being determined and encouraged to do so. What words of encouragement would you have for someone that is willing to just kind of step out on faith and do what they've been called to do?
I would just say do it. I know for me, for myself personally, my number one excuse was I don't know how to do this. I don't know anyone who can help me with this. I don't know where to start, where to begin. But there's always a beginning somewhere. You just have to look for it. Do your research, make connections, get to know people, and communicate to the people around you. Let them know what you want to do. Let them know your career goals, and you will never know who you're talking to. You will never know. You could have a conversation in a store, and someone by you may have a contact that can help you out with this particular career goal that you have. So I would also say just speak out what you want into existence. You have to manifest your destiny.
Wow, you know what you? Ooh, we. You sound. That was. Man, I tell you what. That was an encouraging word. You sound like you were standing in the pulpit on that one. I tell you now. Now, is this in fact a tree? Is this your first release, your first publication, or is this a follow up to something that you had previously written?
It is my very first published book. Very first.
Wow. And I am so grateful. So you know what? GMAP Broadcast Network, we have indulged in making history with Catri Stokes. And of course, again, we are so grateful that you have accepted the invitation. Just simply be a part of our broadcast network family. We're going to do everything we can to continue because I believe it's important. I have children, quite a few of them, and many of them are daughters, or many of them are young ladies. And
Mhm.
I know for a fact that each and every one of them will benefit from receiving and reading a copy of this publication. So I'm grateful for that. Now, for those that may be paying attention to your journey, those role models that I spoke of, they may be, in fact, saying to themselves, I wonder what I can do. I wonder how I can step up and step out on faith. And I appreciate Catri telling me that. But I kind of been following her, and I know what she's been through, where she's been, and where she is. But what's next for author Catri Stokes? What would your response be?
What's next for me? Well, prior to me publishing this book, I didn't really see myself writing another book or working on a new project or anything. But for some reason, and a lot of authors feel this way, the moment you publish that first book, you instantly feel like you have to write something else. So, Innocence Gone, like I said, it elaborates on 11 different women. I think I will want to take each of their stories and turn them into their own specific book and elaborate more on their upbringing, their personalities, because I do leave their stories open ending for readers to imaginate what happened next. But I want to take this opportunity to develop the story more in its own book and introduce readers to these women a little more so they can get to know them a little more.
Wow. Each woman will have ultimately their own publication so you can get
Yeah.
more in detail about their experiences, the beginning to the end. Wow, that is an amazing concept. That is truly a blessing to be able to have that in your mindset because I heard what you said earlier and I received it. You must speak things into existence. You know, I tell you
Yes.
what, if you strive on the word finna, if you strive on that word finna, then you talk to me when you do.
Yeah.
You know, don't I'm finna be an author. I'm finna write a book. I'm finna sing. I'm finna preach. Well, contact me when you do. And out of
Yes.
all reality, we are never really finna do anything because
Right.
once it is placed in our mindset, that has activated the process. Oh my goodness. Oh,
I agree.
you
A
know,
hundred
I
percent.
mean, once you think about it real good and say, you know what, I got to do this. I really need to write a book. You know, I believe in my spirit, Katri, that your destiny was determined before your delivery, and you must be willing to embrace the process. We step out on faith, so. You know what? If we serve God, all we have to we don't have to wait for someone to validate us. Once God places it in your spirit, it is covered, it is done. Do it. And he will make a way even out of no way. No money, no resources, no support. He will make, trust me, I've been there. This is when this all started for me, I had one listener, and that one listener was me. My wife said to me, and I quote, "You must really like listening to yourself talk."
Okay.
I said to myself, every time I open my mouth, I feel like I'm speaking to 1,000 or 1,000,000 people. And here it is, 18 years later, six in a row stellar nominations, 172 countries, and averaging 12, 1,300 people a day. If I would have
Wow.
listened to that negative voice or those negative people talking in my ear, who you listening to? Talking in your ear, telling you, nah, it ain't gonna work. You can't do it. I would have never reached this point. And I'm a kid in a
Definitely.
candy store. I'm like you. I'm just getting started. You know,
Yep.
so 18 years from now, I'll still be talking about I'm just getting started. You know, so
Right.
it is what it
Because it's
is.
always something more to do.
You know what? And that brings me to saying your dreams should never reach their final destination.
Right.
Period. If someone wanted to show their love, their care, concern, and support, and say, hey, I want to make sure that I download, purchase, order a copy of Innocence Gone, what would be the process for them to do so?
Well, you can go to Barnes and Noble online. Kindle edition, I mean, the ebook edition is available, and you can also order the paperback version. And the same for Amazon. You can purchase the Kindle edition, or you can get the paperback as well.
Wow. And of course, we will never allow or let anyone forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down here.
Yeah.
And we're in the lower left hand corner of everything in small print, but we are here. But sometimes you got to understand that the small print is the most important print on the paper. So,
Yes.
don't forget about us. You can stop by GMAP Broadcast Network. We are located at gmap1.com. Click on the tab that simply says Featured Authors Bookstore. It will take you
Yes.
to that page. You will see a copy of the current cover that I am showing you on our split television screen, and it's gone. And of course, click on that cover. It will take you to the necessary location to give you more information about the author as well as the publication. So, hey, there's ways to get it, there's ways to order and show your support. And I'm encouraging each and every one of you, please do so. And if you order it through Amazon, please don't forget to leave a review. Let
Yes.
them know, hey, I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate you stepping up and stepping out on faith. I appreciate you providing this information and publication to people around the world. Like it, comment on it, and share it with all of your family, followers, and friends. Because you know what, we spend all that time liking, commenting, and sharing stuff on Facebook. Why don't we do it for a good book? So I'm encouraging you to do so. Now, also, Katri, people are going to want to reach out to you. They're going to want to touch base with you. What'd you go through? How'd you do it? What's the resources? How can someone that wanted to reach and connect with you do so? Is there some contact information that you don't mind providing?
Yes. So for my book, if there's any Facebook users out there, I do have a Facebook page for my book, Innocence Gone by Catri Stokes. You can find my page on Facebook. You can message me on there. My email is available as well. My email is airystokes@gmail.com. So for any communication, any information, if you need any advice, I am only an email, a message away. So and I am willing to help anyone.
Woo! And of course, if you got any problem with that, just call me. I'll connect the dots. I don't mind.
Yes.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure, and we'll make sure. Now, of course, for those of you that are blessed by this conversation and/or would like to share it, it is going to be posted and placed on our YouTube channel. It's also going to be shipped over to Facebook, and of course, it is going to be provided on our weekly Comcast cable program that goes into over 1 million homes. We're going to make sure that all of this takes place, and I have already had a brainstorm and said to myself, we are going to be setting something up to invite you back to be able to break down in a general sense every chapter in your book. We want you to join one of our new programs that we are providing to the people. And what it does, it gives you 15 minutes each week to simply come on and break down each chapter without giving the chapter away, but giving people a little more information and or details about that chapter so that people can get a better understanding. It's called the book report. I am already claiming it because you said it best and you said it first today. Speak those things as though they are. Speak them into existence, and I have
Yeah.
spoken. I have spoken, and I have spoken. We are going to make sure that featured author Catri Stokes is a part of the book report with her awesome current publication, Innocence Gone. So you might want to go ahead and prepare yourself to uh, check that out, listen to it, and show again your support. I want you to know something, Katri, and I thank you so much for taking time out today and just accepting this invitation because we are grateful for that. And we want you to know that anything that we can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, don't you hesitate to pick up that phone, give us a call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do, contact me, and I will make sure to respond to you. And I want you to know the answer will always be yes, and you will never have to ask me twice. I'm just letting you know. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you on today. We love you. We support you. And we are going to do everything we can to assist you. Before I let you go, I want to move over and allow you to have your closing remarks and final words here on GMAP Broadcast Network. Featured author Catri Stokes, GMAP Broadcast Network. The floor is yours.
Yes. So I definitely want to speak to the women out there who went through any traumatic situation or experience. Your story is not too big or too small. It is your story. So you deciding how you go about it is you. It's your decision. It's your choice. Don't feel pressure to do things that you don't want to do, and don't be afraid to tell your family, especially if you have loving and caring parents. Just open up, and you'll never know how they'll respond unless you try. Again, no pressure. That is your story. And however you choose to go by it is up to you. I also want to say thank you to GMAP Broadcasting. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
My goodness. And we thank you for being here. Appreciation goes both ways. It's just like love. When someone shows you gratitude and someone has decided to say something nice. Listen, let me tell you something. People do not have to be nice to you. And when someone does, you make sure you respond with that same level of gratitude and appreciation. We appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. And we too look forward to working with you. And it's going to be a lot sooner than later. I'll be reaching out to you. I'll let you know the process from here. But until then, we want you to do two things for us. We want you to be blessed, and we want you to continue to be a blessing, okay?
Okay.
God bless you, Catri. We'll talk to you soon, and you have an outstanding afternoon. I'll give you a call in about an
Thank
hour,
you.
okay? I'll give you a call a little later, okay?
Okay. All right.